All right. All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And greetings and salutations to all you sincere Akim throughout the four winds, the four corners of the earth, that is pushing this gospel in sincerity and in truth. All right, giving it your all, man, and giving your body as a living sacrifice to get this word out. All right, in these last days. You know, this another, we're going to do an open forum. All right, so the spirit will have us go, you know, either whichever way, any direction with it. But basically, you know, as we get closer to the day of salvation, you know, you're witnessing Esau lose his mind, you know, because he's losing his kingdom. His kingdom is slipping away through his fingertips. All right, he's coming up with all these different crafty counsels. Because you know, he's being cornered right now because you know, the truth is out there. A lot of people are waking up to his folly, his left hand trickery, his deceit. All right, you know, it's a lot going on, man. So right now, you know, this devil is at it to where he's setting up all these different false flags. All right, you know, these different so-called terrorist attacks, or what he deems terrorist attacks. Because this is what he needs to bring in martial law. This is what he needs to bring regulation to police you people. All right, and part of that is going to affect not only you peons out there, but also, you know, their goal is to also get the men of the Lord off the streets as well. All right, yep. Which that'll lead to the famine of the word. If the prophets ain't out there, where you gonna get the truth from? Yep. You know, where you gonna get your answers for the questions that you got, you know? But that's where we at with it, man. This devil, he's trying everything that his left hand got and left in his hand, man. You know?
If you got, I can say this real fast, brother, because that's that crap. The brother talked about the crafty counsel. The brother's talking on crafty counsel, to where, if you think about it, Esau works on things of the worst case scenario. So he thinks of different scenarios where people will act towards or act away from. So he just thinks on that and then counters that to just keep driving you down the path that he wants you to go. You know, hey,
funnel you
into
where he can control you. Yeah, you're right, bro.
And right now, what he's doing is conditioning you people's minds, man.
Yep.
All right. This is how he's conditioning you. You're going to start seeing these school shootings, and you're going to think that it's literally terrorists on the loose.
Right. These are your American, but you don't realize these are your American students, your American children doing this, your American citizens doing this. Now, I mean, like, a lot of these are home-grown Americans. Not like they come from another country, Iran, they slip in, and they Russian nationalists, they slip in, they just murder. It ain't been there. This has been regular Joe Blow. Edomites at that.
Yeah.
You know, that's really doing this. But Esau is not going to waste a good. How's it go? He doesn't waste a good. Not event, but tragedy or something of that effect.
Never let a crisis go to waste.
He never lets a crisis go to waste. You know, he's going to use it and to do what? To de-arm you people. And what is that de-arming? Last I mentioned in the video we were talking about earlier, right? De-arming the people does what? Take away the Second Amendment rights, which does what? That means there's no resistance to the government becoming totalitarian. I think that's the word.
Totalitarian.
Totalitarian. The what?
Yep.
Yep. And that's what they're trying to do. You can't fight back. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna get herded right into these concentration camps to accept the mark of the beast, just like cow.
Hey, brother, you know, if I may, brother, because there's a saying in the world: don't stand for something, to fall for anything. And that's what Esau, these brothers, is going into. That Esau is leading these people up to where they'll fall for anything.
Yep.
Literally taking down their shield of defense, taking them their guns, taking down the way of thinking, so just so they can mold you into what they want you to be.
One of the comedians, Eddie Griffin, he said something on his comedy show. He said he basically it was along the lines of think for yourself because it ain't illegal yet.
Yep.
Because if you think about it, the whole the mindset of the American people, that's why the elites call them Goyim. You know, because they cattle, they sheeple. They don't think for themselves. Every move that they make kind. They following the whole multitudes.
Yep.
You know.
You got something? Go.
This is Psalms 83 verse 1. Keep not silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power.
Yep.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lift up the head.
Yep.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have an agenda of what they want to accomplish, and by Georgia Guidestones, by the RFID chip agenda of control, you can see right what they're doing. They're trying to take away your resistance so they can make you accept what they got coming next. And what do they have? They got to do the martial law. They got to lead you right into killing 6.5 billion off the planet, as well as chipping the rest of you. And once they chip you, then they can fully control everybody upon the planet. Down to 500 million from 7 billion.
Yeah,
that's a big number, man. So you can see that's what the end game is. So from the end game, we can see what he's trying to do. And the main people he want to get off the planet is you tribes, man.
Yeah.
So-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. He hates you. You've worked already. Now he's conditioned his own people. It's okay to work. You don't have to work hard. Plus, we got all these robots and stuff working for you. You know, and they know they're probably not more than 100 million Edomites on the planet, trying to preserve themselves as much as possible. I mean, it's easy to get into the mind of Esau. Just think away from righteousness, and if you just think down the line of wickedness, you'll run right into what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, the conspiracy is against you, against Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's the conspiracy is against you. That secret council is about how can I keep these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans from waking up to their true power, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, coming back to their heritage, you know, reclaiming their culture, their true culture. You know, they want to keep you locked and banned in this little deaf culture that this devil created for you to be a part of, man.
Mm-hmm.
They want to keep you there, but as long as you try to escape that becomes a big threat. That becomes a big issue. So what they got to do is they got to create all these different methods, all these different ways to keep you back in that dark space that he created for you, man. That's why he's gonna keep. He wants to keep you in Christianity. All right, he wants to keep you
being black.
Keep you being black. All right, you back to Africa again, especially with this whole Black Panther movie. It's pushing that vibration out there, right in the midst of
Black History Month. Yeah,
it's Black History Month. Everything black, but this is all happening right in the midst of Israel waking up, man.
Yep.
Right in the midst of the awakening of Israel going down. You got all these different distractions from the left hand.
And it's clearly Babylon, because what are they going to do? They're going to get you in that spirit and waking up, so your natural spirit being risen up, that you realize this devil is a damn enemy of yours. Mm-hmm. But guess what, though? At the same time, they'll throw black shit in front of you, black culture in front of you, and you'll just gravitate to that. But they got that in the trick bag. Esau got all this black culture shit. He got you lined up already, man.
He got you laid up. Hey, man, that
blueprint, man.
That's he knows exactly what you're gonna do before you do it. Mm-hmm. Esau studies you, man.
Yep.
He knows everything about you. He knows you better than you know yourself.
True.
He know that you're gonna jump on that black wave, man. Let's put this movie out. Let's get an all black cast. You know, I'm not trying to majorly shit on the movie. I know brothers are gonna actually go and see that and pick some spiritual things out of it.
Some good stuff.
They always, you know, them so-called them kites, they put certain things in these movies for you jakes to catch. And you niggas never catch on to it. They don't consider it, you know.
Yep.
But on the flip side, we understand why they put this movie out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They're gonna put Jake back in that space where it's about going back to Africa. Let's be black. Let's be black again.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and
but we're just now ditching or coming out of that whole black culture spectrum.
Yeah, because over here at Great Millstone,
we don't do that black shit over here.
And Hebrew Israelites in general, we're clearly separating ourselves because the Bible separates us. You got
and this is Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast.
And it was making a difference between the two. Is going to say that literally, but it's making a difference of of those Egyptians, because the Egyptians are some Hamites, man. They really what the Sudanese, right?
With a modern day.
The modern day,
Yeah,
what they become.
Tutsis,
Right. It was the Montezarian in the land of Ham, which was hot. That was who the originals were. They're the modern day Sudanese now. But they got you thinking Egypt, which is in Africa. They got you thinking Black Panther. They just all of these Africa thoughts. Not realizing Leo Scipio Africanus was a so-called white man that conquered Africa. You know, so it's all leading back to more control of this man's system. You got it, bro.
Just that he may know how that the Lord Yahweh does put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
And that I'm glad you brought that out. Something I was thinking earlier. There's a big difference between the so-called Negroes and the dark-skinned tribes versus you black-ass Africans, man. First off, our spirits don't vibe together. We got a deep hatred for one another because we know we're enemies deep down. That's why the biggest continent with all them warrior tribes of Africans, and nobody sent a canoe or nothing over to come get us. Nothing. Didn't write us a letter. Sorry, we can't. You know, Mandela didn't even come and give niggas no high fives in the hood. None of that. Obama, Ahmath ass didn't even come by and say how much. After he got your vote, he didn't even say nothing about you. He didn't do nothing for you in 8 years. Nothing, but set up more destructive things for you. But he didn't divide it on black and white. He divided it on poverty, on the poverty line, on green with the money.
And Ham, and if you work with Ham, because I got a cousin that worked with Ham, and he said they call him a kata, which means cotton pickers. So it's showing that they hate you.
And they been calling you that, man.
Yep,
that's an old term. They been calling you cotton pickers, man. You know,
Sugar Hill.
Yeah, Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes. Yeah, man. You know, but hey, like that particular scripture it's actually twofold, because when the Lord said that, basically the Most High was slapping plagues on the Egyptians, and when he was doing that, the Lord made sure that Jakes that was in Egypt, that they were basically divided or separated from the Egyptians when he was plaguing them. So that way, when you saw the firstborns dying, it was only Egyptian babies dying. It wasn't Israelite babies dying. When you saw the firstborn and their cattle dropping dead, Israel wasn't getting touched by the plagues, and you'll be able to notice the difference, man. Because Jake was up in the land of Goshen, which was in the northern part of Egypt. That's where they were staying at, and where when the Lord plagued Egypt with darkness, it was light up there in Goshen. There wasn't darkness where Israel was, but they saw the darkness from a distance, and seeing how Mosai was fucking up the Egyptians, you know. But also on the flip side, there is a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Cultural difference. All right, we worship a different God. They worship. They were polytheistic. We're monotheistic. We worship one God. Them Hamites over there, they worship many gods, man. Just like the rest of the heathen. We had hygiene.
Yeah.
All right, we followed the dietary laws. All right.
The law of cleansing.
The law of cleansing, purification. Yeah. All right, we circumcise ourselves. Yeah. The Hamites don't do that.
They wait till 20 years old.
Yeah.
And then I think they cut it off at like 20. When another man do it, cut you off at 20. And then like the elders in the tribe gotta eat it.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Yeah, they actually have a carving of that, man.
Yeah,
they little hieroglyphs or whatever because them black unconscious niggas, they like to go back and dig up, we got facts about ancient Egypt. Where y'all facts at about the Jews existed? But when we go and dig up, those different hieroglyphs or those different relics, it's always some faggot homo shit that them Hamites were doing.
That's right.
Dude's doing he's doing a splits midair, you know what I'm saying, with a dude with his rod hanging out over him, standing over him with his rod in his face. Like, it's some sick shit. But that's the vibration of ancient Ham. And you niggas try to really gravitate to that, and you try to embrace that shit as if it always been your culture and your history. But Esau gave you that, man.
Yeah.
He deceived you.
I was gonna say that, brother, because Esau's not gonna give anything to you that's gonna benefit you.
Exactly.
Right? Look at his education. You know what? The education just leads you more away from Yahweh than actually giving you the chance to get back and repent from your evil ways.
I just looked up Slaki earlier tonight. I looked up this whole Black Panther characteristics from the comic book that it was originally for.
Yeah.
And it's the same sensual bullshit that Esau pushes: school, science, wealth, physical attributes. You know what I'm saying? That's what this whole character is about. His abilities are physical. He trains in martial, I don't know if it said martial arts, but hand-to-hand combat. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of wealth. A rich African, not even realizing that the real Hamites got rich on pointing you out to the slave masters, man, to put you on them boats. That's why they got a lot of their money back.
Yeah, but where they at now?
Right.
Where they at now? They drinking blood, eating shit, flies around their face.
Brother said doodoo cakes, making doodoo cakes and pies.
Come on, man.
Yep.
The chicks that actually hold themselves together, you know, they got that you know, they dress well, you know what I'm saying? They have proper hygiene, they have etiquette. Those Israelites
they look like Hamites.
That look like Hamites, those are Israelites.
Yep.
Okay, they keeping Israelite customs over there, man. And that's the difference. That's what separates them from the Hamites over there. That's how it was so easy for them to point Jake out over there.
Yep.
You know? I got this. Oh, matter of fact, go back to that in Psalms, bro.
Yep.
Psalms 83, because that's part of the conspiracy, man. That's part of the nations coming together to keep the name of Israel from being remembered, man.
Kids don't say that.
You know? They want you to forget that you're Israel. Yeah, bro. Psalms 83.
Third verse, yep.
Okay, Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Yeah, let's cut them off from being a nation, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's strip them from their culture, their heritage. Let's give them a fake one.
Yep.
Let's let them be continuously confused about who they really are and where they come from.
Pushing this Africa thing.
Pushing that whole black back to Africa shit.
Yep.
That shit started with Esau, man.
Yeah, because he didn't depleted the land already. So you can go back. You ain't gonna live well off the land. He didn't depleted it already.
Yeah, man. All the forefathers of Egyptology were all crackers.
All right.
Okay? And that's where you put your trust in. The scriptures tell you in Isaiah, man, you trusting in the shadow of Egypt, that's going to be your shame. All right, call to them Hamitic gods that you niggas think is your power, and see if that don't prevent a fucking black water troop, you know.
If you're Moorish or whatever,
yeah.
if they ain't gonna stop a UN troop or whoever, from hitting you in the head with a head and pushing you in the line. If you step too far out of the line and resist, blah blah blah, light you up.
They're gonna be able to call back one of them hollow point slugs from coming from one of them ARs, man.
Yep.
Esau gonna be merciless out here when this pops off. He ain't gonna give a damn. And if you on that pro-black wave, he really gonna let loose.
Yep. Because
anything claiming black, you're known as a black identity extremist.
Yep.
So as far as Esau's concerned, or you're just another terrorist that need his head blown off.
Mm-hmm. And watch, they already demonized you with this whole Black Lives Matter and Black consciousness, and then Black Hebrew Israelites, and now this whole Black Panther Party and Black Panther movie. If you go see that shit, you automatically tied into it.
Yep.
You guilty by association, let alone like your skin color wasn't enough, but you going and showing your allegiance to Africa or black people or whatever. And what Esau looking at, he's too simple to think, oh, it's just a movie. They just going to see it because it seems entertaining. Let's see what they let come out. He think you going to go support it like they do. They go support shit just to support it, just because they put money in their own pockets, pushing out their own vibrations on the earth. Well, Jake don't have money to do it on that high level, but when Jake sees something like this, they gonna all go out there looking for the answers. They're looking for the answers and not realizing the answers came out was the last year in Birth of a Nation. The answers was out every week on the street, right here. The answers is out every night, all 24/7 as it stands today on the internet. You can find it all day, every day, right now. But that's soon gonna be gone.
Yeah, finish
Yeah.
that if you can. Verse
Middle
4.
3.
All right.
Yeah, 4.
That's like, yeah, this is
Yeah, verse 4.
in the midst of 4, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Yep.
For they have consulted it together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Yeah, they're all confederate, man. They're, it's a conspiracy to keep you niggas asleep, man. All right, they don't want to see the revival of a nation of people that once had them in subjection, a people that ruled, man.
And
all right?
ruled in righteousness.
The fact that we coming back to our heritage, we're being restored as a people, man. We coming back to the laws, statutes, commandments. These, man, that's frightful in the sight of these heathens, man. Come on.
This is Deuteronomy 4 verse 6. I saw like 4 and 6.
Beautiful.
Keep therefore and do them. For
Start up a verse.
All right. This is Deuteronomy 4 verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Yeah, and that's exactly what separated us from all the other nations, man. They didn't get these same statutes and judgments that we received. This is what separated us, man. This is what made us holy from the rest of the nations, man.
Yep.
The fact that the Lord gave us righteous statutes and judgments that we may govern ourselves on the planet Earth.
I could kind of paraphrase Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter. It tell you that the keeping of her laws is the assurance of incorruption, and incorruption makes you near unto the Most High. When other nations didn't have a doctrine or laws or judgments such as beautiful as this law to keep them close to the Most High, because the Most High didn't give it to them. It was only given to us.
Yeah, that's why you see how vile these other nations are, man. Esau, he's the top vile. That nigga E, man. He's a sick, vile creature, man. You see where the world is headed with this man in power. Men and women don't find each other attractive no more. They hate each other.
Nature's
men rather fuck plastic dolls with fake hair growing from it, and then women, they rather hop on rubber dicks or slap each other down, man. Bump and rub each other.
Rather than do what nature has set up.
Yeah. The food that you eat is basically chemical based. You ain't even eating nothing natural from the earth, man.
Nutrients, yeah.
Okay. This is all under Esau's rule. And then, we was just talking about the Hamites. Don't let us talk about the abominations of the Hamites, man.
Right.
The reason why Leviticus, the 18th chapter, had to be written was because of the sick ass shit that them Hamites were known doing in Atlantic Canaan.
Yep.
They were into incest.
Yep.
Sleeping with your auntie, a daughter sleeping with her uncle. You know what I'm saying? You sleeping with your grandchild's spouse, just incest, just sick shit, man. And the Lord told us, he said, do not do after the abominations of the nations that are made flee before you.
Yep. All
right? But what they do is an abomination. And you niggas trying to be like these fucking abominations, man.
Yep.
Hey, but like I said, really what like the scriptures say, this is all part of the conspiracy for these nations to keep you in that mentality, man.
That sunken place.
I got that word black in etymology on mine.
No, of course.
This is black. It says adjective meaning fierce, terrible, wicked, figurative.
Fierce. It was funny. Jake that's us. Jake like how that sound. Fierce, terrible, and wicked. Well, if anything's fierce, terrible, and wicked, and you're holy and pure, unspotted, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna fight against that fierce. What was it again?
Terrible and wicked.
That's Esau. That just describes his black ass.
Hell yeah, his black ass.
The damn red devil Black describes him, fierce, terrible, and wicked.
Yeah.
That nigga eat, man.
Yep.
This is figurative senses often come from the notion of without light, moral or spiritual.
Yeah, our people are without light, moral, or spiritual right now. But who do we learn that from? That wicked nigga E.
Yep.
It says Latin, the Latin word Niger, so Niger,
Yep.
had many of the same figures.
It's actually pronounced nigger.
Nigger, Latin nigger had many of the same figurative senses: gloomy, unlucky, bad, wicked, malicious. The metamorphic use of the Greek word melis, however, tended to reflect the notion of shrouded in darkness, overcast.
Wait, darkness.
Darkness.
Yeah, that's exactly you niggas that call yourselves black. That's exactly what you are. You are in darkness, man.
Yep.
You in gross darkness.
We ain't no colors, man. This ain't a Crayola box. It's yellow man over there, red man over there, black man, the white man. Ain't nobody no colors, man. Everybody was a derivative of brown except for that wicked nigga E.
Yeah,
Who he didn't like the color that he didn't like the color he drew about the crayon box that got attributed to him. So he
you know what though? You know what? No. When we say he doesn't have color, that's not true. He has a hue.
Yeah.
But his hue is the color that he refuses to acknowledge or admit that he has. It's in the scriptures what hue you are.
Yep.
When you was born, you came out that hue.
And that was your nickname.
Okay.
They begin to call you that. Your
name is by the color of or the hue of your flesh.
You're right.
Adawam.
Yep.
What does Adawam mean? Red.
Yeah.
So you are a color, but you're the color red. You're not white.
Yep.
Ain't nobody on this planet white.
And he'll put his title on Gad and Reuben. You know, he'll say the Redskins, but that's really talking about yourself.
Yep.
Yep.
Turn this a little bit more. It says in English it has been the color of sin and sorrow at least since the 1300s.
Damn, everything bad about black. You niggas like that shit.
It says with dark purposes, malignant emerged 1580.
So when Esau, who lives by his words, right? That's how his wine way traps you up. So when he hears the word black, everything that describes what he hears. He's not here to he's not hearing James Brown say loud, I'm black and I'm proud. He's not hearing that. He ain't hearing black is beautiful. He's not hearing that. The women are starting to hear that from the Jake men, but they ain't hearing that. Esau in general is not hearing how beautiful the color black is, how beautiful black people are. They're hearing wicked, evil, mischievous, and so on and so forth, all the negative terms that the word black is really attributed to.
Yeah, well, when you go into this devil, he was a German professor. He was an anthropologist, and basically, he was the one that came up with the concept of dividing the races by color classifications. His name was Johann. What was his name? Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. That was what his name was. And it says he introduced one of the race-based classifications and on the natural variety of mankind. In the second edition, Blumenbach changed his original geographically based four-race arrangement to a five-group one that emphasized physical morphology, the study of the form of an organism. Blumenbach's 5 categories were Caucasian, the white race, Mongolian, the yellow race, Malayan, the brown race, and Ethiopian, the black race, and American, the red race. So he classified Gad as the red race.
Yeah.
Anything coming out of the continent of Africa that was a black race.
Yep.
The Goots, the Asians, they're yellow, but the so-called white man, he gets to take the white, classification.
Yep.
You know, that's what these devils do, man. You know,
there's a generation of pure in their own eyes.
Yeah.
That's this devil, man. He got the most stains, but he swear he got the cleanest hands.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what's another thing? That here it is, you got different complexions of Esau. Esau will still take on their category of white. Like, yo, here it is. You know, you can pass for a fucking Hispanic, but you want to classify yourself as white.
Yep.
You know, it goes to show you, Esau really got everyone in the fucking trick bag.
But here's the other part. When you go to Deuteronomy, the 68th chapter, or matter of fact,
28 chapter.
28 chapter. I mean, in the last verse, 68th verse. But you also go to Genesis, the 25th chapter. It shows you that we're two manner of people. It's not just we're two similar. No, we're polar opposites.
Yeah.
What's the polar opposite of black? White. But he ain't white. But he don't know the polar opposite of red. Like he don't want to be that, so he got to switch himself up to be something else. But that's how this devil works. We're polar opposites through the spirit, and that's why there's this tension between us. You know, but that tension is for a purpose, to fulfill what the Most High wants to fulfill. But in the meantime, y'all that ain't on board, he gonna allow this devil to get loose on you, man. Yeah. He gonna come down with great wrath on you.
Yeah, was you still in? Where was you at, bro? I think you was reading.
I think you
did. You was in Deuteronomy, right?
Yes, 7. I'm in the 4th chapter.
You was in the 4th chapter.
Yeah.
Go back to Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, bro.
Yeah.
Because we kind of went a little, but basically, the Esau does not want Israel to wake up, like what we just spoke about. This whole narrative of being black, that was given to you by the enemy to keep you from understanding who you truly are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when you go on that pro-black wave, you're refusing to return to the light, man.
Right.
All right, you further going into darkness, man. All right, but once you wisen up and you come into this wisdom here, you're no longer black.
Mm-hmm.
Esau and these other nations, they rather you niggas stay black.
Yeah. And that's us.
And you niggas want to stay black.
Yeah, Jake, stay black, man.
Yeah, you want to stay black. Keep your ass in darkness until the Most High just smoke you niggas, man. All right. Yeah, Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these nations are supposed to see that you're actually a wise and understanding people, man.
Yep.
All right, they should be able to see the total difference. But when you got Esau looking at you niggas as a circus act, you know, they view you like they viewing monkeys at the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
They can't say that. They can't say, "Oh, this is a wise and understanding people." They look down on you. You're just a bunch of degenerates. You a bunch of niggas, man. And they can go and scoop up and find Illuminati projects like Key 69. They can go and find Cardi B's and stuff in the hood and show the whole world, look at these niggas, man. All right? Look at these niggas, man. Look at they women and look at the men.
Yeah.
Okay? There's a bunch of degenerates. They're a nation that just destroyed people.
Dehydrated from wisdom. And that's what I was going to say about this is our wisdom inside of the nations. That was separated with the wisdom of Yahweh, the Creator. We have wisdom from the Creator Himself passed down to us. And this is, but look at us now. Is somebody you still reading? Now I'll pull some. Jeremiah chapter 2, but I want you to start up at there you go. Start at verse 5.
This is Jeremiah 2 and 5. Thus saith Yahweh, what iniquity have your fathers found in me, that they are gone far from me?
And what does the Most High do to make us turn from Him? Everything that when you understand the Bible, everything that reason He turned from us because of what we did. but not following the statute, laws, commandments. He's fulfilling what he said he would do if we didn't keep that covenant with him. Go ahead, bro.
And let's continue with 5.
That's why we're so heavy under these curses. That's why we're the worst people on the planet right now. You got it.
What iniquity have your fathers found in me, that they are gone far from me, and have walked after vanity, and are become vain? Neither said they.
Walked after vanity.
Yeah.
Jake stay walking after vanity, man.
Yeah.
Shit it just doesn't profit you.
Yeah.
It amounts to nothing. Jake upholds a fictional character over reality.
Yep.
All right, this whole spectacle of Jake, getting all this sense of upliftment and empowerment.
Culture.
Yeah.
My African culture. It ain't your culture.
They're doing all this for this fictional character, or for this movie, because they seeing so-called black people being portrayed as people, powerful people, in a rulership position, which I could dig that.
Right.
I understand that aspect of it,
that rulership,
because that's in our spirit anyway. We want to rule. But right now, but you're a goddamn willing slave.
Yeah.
You don't know how to rule, man.
You don't know you don't have the wisdom to be in position to lead. Y'all, you people struggle with your own lives, let alone with your children's lives. Let alone with ruling a neighborhood, or ruling a gang, or ruling a whole city.
And just in that, Jake wouldn't be ruling with righteousness. It'd be wickedness he'd rule with. Like you said, the gangs and all that. They'd be put in positions to just run the streets, basically. It's not like that. Because when you ruling, you gotta look over everything. You gotta look over how your people gonna eat. You gotta look over the trade routes that your people, the city that you in.
The economy of your people. How are we gonna stay sustaining ourselves? Can we grow crops? Do we have land to grow crops, or do we all have to have jobs and go down to Egypt for help? Like, what do we have to do to make this work? But you Jakes can't think outside of yourself. You can't figure it out. Oh, I forgot to eat lunch today. You can't do that with a nation of people that need to eat. I didn't like that job. I'm gonna just go smoke weed and quit. You can't do that if you rule a nation with a job. That's why Salaki, with Lemuel's mother warned him not to do that. Like, don't drink strong drink if you got to rule over these people, because you're gonna forget where you were supposed to be going with it. Now we should just go back to that, unless you have something to go right now. Go ahead.
This is back Jeremiah 2:6. Neither said they, where is the Lord that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, that led us through the wilderness, through a land of deserts and of pits, through a land of drought and of the shadow of death, through a land that no man passed through, and where no man dwelt. And I brought you into a plentiful country, to eat the fruit thereof and the goodness thereof. But when ye entered, ye defiled my land, and made my heritage an abomination.
That's what our people did. They turned their back from the Lord. Now jump down to you was in verse 7, right? Jump down to 11.
It's 2:11. Hath the nation changed their powers? Which are yet no gods?
Hey, following after Egyptology, following after all these other white Jesus and all this other stuff, man. Instead of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh. Following after Black Panther, and I'm black this and I'm black that. You ain't black. That's the number one thing you need to wake up from. You're not black.
When you think about it, really and spiritually, you are black. All right, you are black. You're in darkness, man. But when Mosai said that, he's basically saying, look at how many gods you keep changing up to look to. Notice how Jake,
right here.
Notice how Jake got all these different gods that they try to look to, and they never get the results that they looking for when they seek into these gods. But yet these other nations that got their own gods, they don't switch their gods up like you niggas do.
Right. You niggas go to whatever god is popping for the moment.
When is Ishmael going to come and embrace the gods that you
they got?
When do you ever see Ishmael Muhammad in a black church, so-called black church? They
got what's his name? because there's Orthodox and I forgot the other one. And it's the Orthodox. Yeah, it's the Orthodox Muslims, and there's another. I forgot the other word. But the Orthodox, I believe, are those actual Ishmaelites, those Arabs over there or whatever, right? But then there's the other version, or I might have it twisted if brothers knew what it was. But there's another version of you black ones, man. Y'all are the same thing. Y'all follow similar. Jake's version is follows half of the Bible, like more of the Bible than the Quran in itself. You know?
Yeah,
it's a difference between what?
Yeah, kind of. You'll see niggas everywhere, but you won't see like the other nations in Jake shit. Like the brother said, you won't see an Elamite in the midst of a fucking full so-called black church, right in the fucking middle. But you'll see a nigga in some mosque with a fucking turban and a full fucking
speaking fluent Arabic, man. Yep. Speaking it fluently, man.
Yep.
You know, them niggas will move right over there to Saudi Arabia and just turn into a full-fledged Ishmaelite, man.
Yep.
You know, but the nigga, he's from fucking New Jersey or some shit.
Yeah.
You know? Come on, man.
You
know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Jake, but that's just how bad. Yeah.
You know, whoever was one of the outlaw niggas that were pot.
Yeah, all man. The way in. Just all the way in, man. Jake gets sucked in, man. Whatever they get into, they embrace it wholeheartedly, man. But they embrace the wrong shit.
Yep.
They embrace everything that destroys them.
You never choose the right way. Strange woman. They seduced by the strange woman. The philosophy. These Arab guys, the Muslim guys sound cool, man. You get to do this and do that, and I just don't have to eat pork, and I don't like pork anyway. You know? But you missing that where that even came from. Like Jake finds the first thing that they run into, Jake run with that. First thing that your limited research will show up, or somebody hearsay tell you, you stick with that, you run to the ends of that, man.
Right.
What is it called? It's called like they're easily not deceived or
manipulated.
They're easily manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word.
Yep. So Esau will throw pitfalls out there to catch you, snares to catch you in. Yeah, let me throw this Black Panther thing, y'all. Let me do Beyonce as she had the black leather outfit like the Black Panthers of the 70s used to have. Do the fish with the glove and all that. She did the Michael X. Johnson around that time. She did do all this stuff, and you'll just be gravitating. I'm gonna let these niggas believe that I'm gonna let them benefit by getting these long ass dreadlocks, shit locks on their head, you know, make that dope for the culture for them. They gonna embrace it, and then we got them. You know, then we got them. Go ahead, bro. You're at 11, right? Yeah, keep going.
This is back in 11. But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit.
Mm-hmm. What was our glory? The Most High. Yahweh watching outside, being able to call on him, like we're reading in Deuteronomy, that for this wisdom. And what nation have a God so near unto them to give them all that they ask for, as this, and the law is righteous.
Yeah.
You know? That's what it's about. But what do? We go to stuff that have no profit, no benefit to us. Go ahead, keep reading.
You know what? Because back then, the Most High, he showed his power by executing judgment on the heathens, man.
Yep.
And the nations would actually see the Lord's power, man.
Yep.
And they'd be like, that's Al-Shadia right there.
That's funny.
That's the power of the Israelites, man. Don't mess with them, man. They God is, man. You know what I'm saying? And we supposed to be the heralds of the Most High. We supposed to be uplifting him. We supposed to be praising him, giving him the glory, man.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be, hey, man, this is our God right here. This is what he can do. You saw what he did to Egypt? Yeah, he can do that.
Yeah.
And much more.
Yeah. I don't mean just send a famine through your land. I mean, he can destroy your army and everything else.
Yeah.
Leave you wide open.
The Lord said he would not give his glory to another, man.
Right. It's the spirit that you brought up, Al-Shadia. I saw an ice cream truck today. On the back, the name of the ice cream truck company was El Shaddai, which is Al-Shadia switched over, right? As an ice cream truck? Like that's demon-like power, man. That's what it means. I was shocked it means demon-like power. That's what they was calling the Most High because Yahweh, because they all the plagues and all the destruction he was bringing on everybody.
Yeah.
If that's y'all God, yeah, that's a demon-like God.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, because it's all powerful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
You don't listen, man. You get that ass whooping.
Strong, man.
But the Most High, he's gonna show his power again. But it ain't gonna be in a favor of you niggas though. He did that for you before to show the heathens what was up, what's up, like, no, these are my people. But now, the Lord, when he shows his might, when he blacks out, man, he ain't gonna spare you niggas either. Y'all gonna see the power and y'all gonna be on the receiving end, man.
Right.
Okay?
You and the heathen.
You and the heathen, man. Y'all gonna get ready to witness the power of the Lord, man.
Right.
Because you jakes, you abandon your power.
Yep. You'd rather be a heathen. You'd rather be black.
You side with the heathen.
Yeah.
You know?
Calling yourself African is calling yourself dirty ass Hamite and a so-called white man. Those are the two people that you're looking towards. That's who created that African black power thing that you're thinking of. These Africans and the so-called white man with the red, black, and green and all that. All that's that bullshit, bro. All that's that. It's not what we're supposed to be about. There's no power in that for you jakes out there. Who will read? Yeah, he had a little more.
This is Jeremiah 2:12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith Yahweh. For my
We
people,
are very desolate right now. Keep going.
for my people have committed two evils. That forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
Yeah, the answers of the truth is everywhere on all the corners, all across social media and the internet. But what do y'all gravitate to? Y'all don't go see Birth of a Nation giving you the answers. But y'all go see because some black woman said that he ran a train on her in college, right? But talking about Nate Parker. But then you go to see Boomer D and you go see the Black Panther thing.
Yeah.
You know? Y'all like that old black culture Medea BS, man.
Put a salad bar full of herbs and vegetables and fresh fruits and all that. Had that sitting out there, and then across on another table, put a bunch of chicken wings and ham and chitlins, cornbread. Put all that shit on that table, and then bring in a flock of Jake niggas. And which table you think they're gonna go to?
Yep, they ain't even gonna understand what's on this healthy herb table.
Yeah, they're making excuses. Oh, why y'all always showing money on that? Y'all could have got more plates of this.
more bullshit.
Jake a clown your ass for going to the table with the vegetables and stuff.
This nigga eat salad, he must be a rat.
But yet, as days go by and you eating from that table and he eating from this table, you able to outrun his ass.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting sick as much.
Yep.
And then as time goes by, motherfucker, you about to die.
Yeah.
You on medication.
If somebody asked me that, there was
you question damn, why is it that you don't have to take you don't never have to take no meds.
I gotta
you still look young.
I gotta give you this testimony, quick testimony. Well, I wasn't gonna tell it this way, but I will. My mom, everybody at her house was all sick. They just had the holidays, was eating all that food. Like, man, I was slow, start eating more salad, kale, and spinach and blah. I'm telling them to balance the diet better. And he was like, nah. Then I want some flavor. I want some real food. Like, okay. Maybe about another 2 weeks, everybody in with sniffles, coughing, hacking, and sick, constipated, stomachs all messed up. And I'm in there chilling. And it was like, man, everybody messed up. I was like, for real? They coughing. She's like, wait, you not sick?
Yeah.
And it started like, wait, you not sick? Like, yeah, no, I told you. It's the difference.
And to go back to like the example of the two tables, it's like Jake is running towards these heathen tables with their gods, and we ran to the table of Yahweh Shai. He fulfilling us spiritually because we were putting in the work for him, And then they over here getting sick and they spirit continually being darkened because they go into these false powers.
Right.
Con, bro. Con. You know what I'm saying? That's. I mean, that analogy is a comparison.
Yeah.
You come into this truth, and you at the table with the fresh fruits and vegetables and herbs and stuff that'll cure you and help you live a healthy, clean life.
Mhm.
But if you over there in the Black unconscious community, you live in a very diseased, sickly,
Worried about money,
disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
trying to scam your brother for money.
Yeah, man. You're gonna be sick over there, man. That's death over there.
Yeah.
Why you keep eating over there, man? But that Jake rather have it that way. They like how it tastes, even though it's killing them.
Yeah.
They just like how it tastes. It tastes better.
Jake like being a dollar millionaire, bro.
Yeah.
He like eating McDonald's, man. That nasty shit. Ain't like eating that slave food.
Yeah.
And I live in that slave mentality. You're about to say it, matter of fact. You might as well keep reading.
For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns.
Hey, if you got a fountain of living water, the water don't end. It's a fountain. Water just pours out continually. But hewn out themselves cisterns, little bowls, a limited amount of water can be held in that. And then it says broken cisterns. They're broken with a hole in it, so they don't hold a lot and it's leaking. That's the Black conscious way or the Black unconscious way. That's the way of Black culture, of Mexican culture, of West Indian culture, of Native American on the res culture, versus the righteous ways of Yahweh Shem Shah. Go ahead, bro.
They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
Yep.
Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
There it is. We're not. We're a nation of kingdom. We're a nation of kings and priests. Is what we're supposed to be. But we're homeborn slaves and spoiled, destroyed. So what good is it to us? You know. And then when we have the option of choosing the righteous ways, back to the old. Somebody got that about seek the old past.
Yeah, I noticed.
I got a quick precept. Right now also. Jeremiah, this ain't it right here. No, Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. Is this speak on?
Come, can you read again?
Yeah, Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
And this is the effects of it. You know, Esau is broken down and whipped us out of our heritage. If you look at like the movie Roots, when Kunta came over here, he had the name that was given to him by his culture, by his forefathers, but now he whipped him into Toby. Esau whipped him into Toby. Yeah. So our heritage was stripped from us. You know, we no longer think we Israelites now. Now we African Americans, you know, now we Native Americans, now we Black, we Hispanics and Latinos. When we really Judah, Reuben, Gad, Issachar, Asher, you know, back to our heritage.
Yeah, Black is a color.
Yeah.
African, that's the name of a white man. Negro, color.
Yep.
Puerto Rican, that's the name of a port.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. You're none of these things, man. Okay? You're none of those things. Esau, he told you were all these things, man. That's part of the curse. You're a byword and a proverb, man. So like you, bro, you was gonna make a point?
Yeah, because Esau, even though he gave us Christianity and stuff like that, but he didn't even tell us who we were from when he took us off the goddamn from Africa and shit.
Right.
So
he knew who we were.
Yeah, so we gotta go to ancestry.com and figure out who we are. But he didn't want to tell us that. So why is he gonna tell us, listen, you guys chosen people? He's here to save everybody. That makes zero sense. Like he didn't even want to let us know that we was captured from Africa. And he wants to take that out the books.
That's already out. That was out.
There was no slave ships.
Yeah,
they never existed.
Now they call it indentured servitude, and then you only got like a passage that big in the history books.
Yep. Yeah, I remember bringing this up to my socials social studies, social sciences
Study.
class. One of them, I think, it was social studies. When in high school, it was a black teacher. I was like, hey, we going through the golden age, and we're going through all these dynasties and everything. The Middle Ages. We get to the Dark Ages, and then we get to African culture with like a half a page in the Dark Ages. No, it was like 2 pages on the African ages, and then it was like when every other chapter of the so-called white man in other nations was 5, 6 pages, 7 pages. Esau, I think the Greeks had like 10 pages. Get down to African, it was 2 pages, and then you got to the Dark Ages, it was a half a paragraph, man, a half a page.
Yeah.
And I was like, what happened? He said, it's no real information at that time.
Bad time.
It was just dark. It was just, there was no real light, no understanding. I was like, there's nothing? Like this, damn. How long would that last? 1,000 years? Like, wow. Nothing happened in 1,000 years? Wow, what happened? And then the Renaissance, they quickly throw you to the Renaissance, and all of those from a couple of dark little pictures to all bright and gold and vibrant colors. And then long 4, 5, 15 page, chapter after chapter in this whole, man, it's crazy how they do. Sub chapters and shit. That's how they cover you up in history.
This shit, I don't know about y'all, but this shit pisses me off, man. Hearing this stuff, and that's why we hate you niggas, man. Because you niggas will like just suck it up and just roll over and die like dead, sissy dogs,
Yeah.
Try not to use that.
If it make the point, but bro, I was frustrated by this because I'm watching all you people. They say get your tickets, it's sold out everywhere to go see Black Panther, and so everybody, I'm going to see it. Everybody's saying people, old ass 80-something-year-old grandmas is going to see this, but she didn't go. She was in slavery and didn't go see Birth of a Nation. No, she actually picked cotton. Still got thorn scars on her fingertips. Yeah, no.
They was advocating for people not to go see that movie.
Bro.
Black people.
Jake was against that movie.
And the end of specifically.
Yeah.
And women were.
And they was focusing on the man who put it together than the actual message.
Yeah. And the
actual history.
Yeah.
John, quick reset for Romans. This is Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
The history is important that we get the full story of the history.
Without history, you don't know who your enemy is.
Without history, you don't know who you are. Think about it. If we knew that we were the Byzantine Empire, so-called black people, then that would change everything.
And especially to the younger, the youth, to the children growing up. If they continuously reading about how they just in subjection their whole time, that they're inferior, that you always gonna have somebody over you, then you're gonna have Esau, the white man that's superior. They never gonna think that they could be anything. Not to say that to be in the society and to be yoked in together with Esau is the thing to do, but they're never gonna have any motivation that they were once great. That they're still great, that they're the princes of the power.
Right. I got the brother Ahmath from the Mississippi camp on. You on there, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Y'all hear me, bro?
Come.
Shalom, bro.
Shalom, how about Shema Kodash, man. Yeah, bro, like I say, y'all going in on the lesson, man, on how our people, flock to things that are not profitable to our nation, man. And I just wanted to get one scripture for brothers can get that Deuteronomy 30 and 19 for me. Yep. I just want to speak on it and get off real quick. Let y'all brothers do y'all thing, bro.
No problem, bro. I got it. Deuteronomy 30 and 19.
Come on, bro.
It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live forever.
Come, and that's straight to the point, man. Because the way of life that Yahweh Shem Shai set up for the nation of Israel, was a way of life, man. It was for us to preserve ourselves, man. those laws and statutes and commandments, they weren't grievous, man. You know, that was our wisdom and understanding, you know, and our way to be on the planet Earth, man. For our people, as you can see today, fast forward 2018, you see the majority of our people choosing death, man. And that's every way outside of the way that was intended for us to be, man, as Israelites, man. You know, this black culture movement, this Black Panther, Africanism movement, man, that's death, man. And you see how people still flocking to their death, you know. But the Lord gave us a way to be, you know, that was intended for us to live, man. You know, because through Eve, you know, taking the philosophy on of the serpent, that's when death entered in, man. You know, but Adam had that breath where he was supposed to live that eternal life, man. You know, but for our people, you know, choosing these philosophies of the serpent, you know, so-called white man, now our people are engulfed in death, man. And that's why black culture is labeled what is labeled that black culture, man, because black is void of light, you know, negative, you know, and that summarizes, you know, that black culture and everything that come with it, man. You know, our people still engulfed in the culture that was fabricated to them by our oppressor, man. When we was given a culture of wisdom and understanding, but our people had rejected it and chose death, man. But you have the few men, you know, that have came back to their way of life, and we pushing their vibration, you know, but the majority is still gonna choose death, man, you know?
Right. Exactly right, bro. Exactly right. Jake just get caught up in carnality and sensuality. They don't like the extra work or the sacrifice that it takes to live with faith. Or to do the homework to find faith.
Come on, bro. And like y'all say, man, like y'all getting on, man, you know, our people, you know, choose a thing that ain't profitable to us, man. You know, because the Lord put us in a place that was full of resources. You know, we had our own land, we had our sovereignty. You know, we had plenty of resources, man. We had a brotherhood. You know, we had a system. You know, they were flourishing. You know, but we wanted to be like the heathen. They're around about us, man. You know, and we see that today, man. Our people continue want to be like the heathens, man. Cause see, they were like the biggest heathen that had an influence on us was the Canaanites, man. You know, those Hamites, and we see they're playing out today, man. You know, not one, not because we were supposed to kill all the Canaanites, man. You know, but you see how people have a soft spot in their heart for Canaanites, man. You know, those Hamites, and you see why people always got a soft spot for Egypt, man. You know, because you can tell, you can go to the movie theater and ask them people, you know, that's in the Black Panther movie, ask them name 5 countries in Africa, and they can't do it, man. You know, but they so in love with Africa, buying dashikis, you know, all on social media, pushing the Africanism, man. You know, but you ask them name 5 countries in Africa, I bet they can't do it, man. They don't even know Egypt in Africa, half of them, man. You know, they just think Egypt is Egypt, man. You know?
Yeah, you're right. And I think the brother got a precept for you.
Come on.
This is Baruch starting at the top. Baruch 4. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
This the way to be, man. You know, the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, that's the wisest way to live on the planet Earth. You know how to deal with your brethren. You know how to the best diet. You know, the way to take care of the land, the way to deal with animals, man. You know, that's life, man. You know, because if you never steal from your brother, if you never commit adultery, if you never eat abominable food, you know, that's life, man. You know, you never have any altercation, you know. But like I say, our people chose the way of the heathen, which is nothing but confusion, man. You know, and serving idols, you know, vain gods was popular as none, man.
Right.
It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Give not
and they illuminated, you know, being enlightened, man. You know, you got guys who fall out over words, you know, because they don't research words, you know, and they still have their westernized mindset, but they just being illuminated in righteousness, man. And the scripture continue to tell us to return, man. you know, because we all went astray, you know, but now we're in that time to return, man, because Yahweh's main message was what? Repent and believe the gospel, man, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. That's going into that returning, man, you know?
Yep.
It says, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Yeah,
Good.
You got it.
And that's what our people do, man. You know, you got Amalekites, the worst, all right, out of the worst nation on the planet, the Edomites, you know, the worst tribe out of the Edomites in our homeland claiming to be us, and our people have nothing to say about it, man. You know, they rather cleave on to this Hamitic, you know, Egyptology vibration, man. You know, they done gave away. You know, if it was up to our people, they'd give away the birthright, man, like Esau did. You know, they just give it away, man. Give something that's profitable to us. They just give it away, man. You know, but the while you have Bashim our shot, you know, it ain't up to them, man, because they just give it away, man. You know, we ain't supposed to give our honor to another, man. This is our power, man. You know, but Jake want to share our power with everybody, man. You know, but it ain't up to them, man. The while you have Bashim our shot for that.
Give not what's holy unto the dogs, right?
Come.
Yep.
This is 4, and then I'm going to jump down to 8. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known unto us. Now I'm going to go down to 8. It says, ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you.
Come, you know, and our people have forgotten, man. You know, like I say in Jeremiah, you know, my people have been lost sheep, you know, upon all these mountains and hills. They forgotten their resting place, man. You know, we forgot who brought us out of captivity into sovereignty, man. You know, brought us out of captivity to a nation, destroyed a nation for our sake, you know, and led us through the desert, you know, with a chariot, fed us manna, you know. He said our shoes didn't even wear out, man. You know, for 40 years, man. And our people, they forgot that, man. You know, and they just cleave on to what they see, man. You know, our nation, you know, has a problem, you know, with seeing, you know, the heathens and they folly and cleaving on to that, man, instead of sticking to the power that had nurtured us from our youth, man. You know, because we went into Egypt 70 souls and we came out a nation, man.
Yeah.
You know, so and the Lord nurtured us, you know, until we came into our own sovereignty, man. And then we went astray, you know. But our people see, like it's Black History Month, you know, that shit, they go back to Madam C.J. Walker, that bitch created perm. Nigga, they know they celebrate nigga created peanut butter, you know, Malcolm X and that old dumb ass shit, you know. But that's not our history, man. You know, we have forefathers that were considered friends of the Most High, man. Abraham was considered a friend of the Creator of the heavens and earth, man. That's our culture, man. You know, but like our brothers getting into, man, our people has given away the thing that is profitable to us, man. You know.
Let me Slaki, but let me read that 20th verse back in Deuteronomy.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, that thou mayest love, this is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 20. It says, that thou mayest love the Lord Yahweh, thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord Yahweh sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and to give them.
Come on, man. You know, because one thing about our people, they don't see the benefits in serving Yahweh by Shema Shai. You know, they don't understand the pattern, you know, of serving Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. Because when you had the generation of Joshua and Caleb, you know, after he killed those faithless Israelites in the wilderness for those 40 years, the generation of Joshua Caleb was obedience, and they started conquering, man. You know, they started destroying kings, you know, spoiling kings, and they came into the land, man. And then you had the generation of David, man. They was obedient. All right, it's a proven formula in the scriptures. When Israel is obedient to the Heavenly Father, You know, we conquer the nation that's around about us, man. You know, and we spoil nations, man. You know, and we become the head and not the tail, man. You know, but our people, you know, they don't put two and two together, man. You know, they think that you're supposed to go to college, worship Jesus Christ, and get a good job, man. You know, and that's the end to be all to life, man. No, man. You know, we supposed to serve you how by Shema Shai and be obedient to him, and he gonna give us the heathen for a possession, man.
Right.
You know?
That's right, bro.
But yeah, bro, like I ain't want to hold y'all up. Y'all brothers doing y'all thing, man. I just wanted to chime in. You know, like I say, y'all brother, you know, keep it coming, man. You know,
we appreciate it, bro.
The water,
keep giving that hell, bro. Like I say, y'all keep edifying, man, and shalom. Y'all by Shema Shai Barakathum, Bahashim Kakudash, man.
Shalom, brother. Appreciate you calling. Call anytime.
Shalom. Yeah, man. You know.
Our people,
he was right, man. Our people, they're really giving the glory of the Most High to others, man. Okay, they don't know their true worth. They don't know their virtue. They don't know their history. They don't know who the brother brought up how we have forefathers who were literally friends of the Most High.
Yeah.
We had forefathers who had the power to call down fire, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how powerful our history runs, man, bro.
Bro.
A people of power, man.
Yeah.
Power was always with us as a people, man. But get Jeremiah 5. You niggas, y'all withhold those good things from you, man. Because the Most High gets sick every time you niggas go off. You become that smoke in his nose, man. You know, but we're a people of power, man. Authority, rulership. But you niggas rather be slaves and powerless, man, with no might in your hands. You want to be cursed, man. Always complaining. You're just like a woman that complains about how you know she's getting mistreated. You know what I'm saying, by her man. You know what I'm saying. She constantly getting her ass beat, but yet, bitch, you always fucking on some other dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why can't he, slap your lip over your tooth, man?
Yeah.
You complain, Jay complain about their condition, but yet they don't realize what they keep doing that's getting them put in those conditions.
Right.
You on the bottom, everybody shits on you, and you a laughing stock to the world because of what you're doing against your power. Your power got you like that, man. The Most High Yahweh, hey, he man, when Israel is his woman, man. All right, you're the Most High's woman. And as long as you keep being a filthy hoe, he's gonna treat you like it, man.
Right.
Get that in Jeremiah.
I'm almost start up at 22 because it ties it. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 22, it says, "Fear ye not me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves..."
Come on, this is a power who created.
That's what I read it,
bro. I can't even say it better than how the scriptures just said it, man.
Yeah.
But literally, like, the Most High has it to where the water can only run to a certain level before it returns back into the water.
Sea level. We know what level. Sea level.
Who's in control of who thought of something like that?
Right. It wasn't you.
Hey, brother, the Most High is so bad. He has the water, and it has boundaries and limits.
The water has boundaries. The waters obey the Most High.
And I was just gonna say, but then the apostles, the disciples at the time said to Yahweh Shai, "What is this matter of man that even the sea,
the wind
and the sea, what did it say?
Obeys
him.
Because it was a storm.
Well, he came from the power. Yeah, he came because he calmed the water after the storm because they was nervous. He was trying to sleep, and they was nervous. The blow was just had him going, and he was sleeping good. He woke up and like, Lord, hey, we about to die.
Yeah.
But the Most High power came to Yahweh from the Most High God Yahweh. He could share that power, and he did over and over and over with us as a nation. The number one thing that he did was when he brought us out of Egypt. Everything he did at that time period, and then he repeatedly did it over and over as long as we obeyed him. I'm gonna keep reading.
Right.
Okay, come on. It says, and though the waves thereof tossed themselves, yet they could not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. Talk about that boundary. Right? No matter what they do, swells and waves and it still won't overcome the earth unless the Most High sanctions it. Right? Verse 23 said, but this people have a revolting and rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone.
Wait, is Esau like that, brother?
Yes.
Wait, is the Amalekites? They're a bunch of backbiters and stiff-necked people. Like, you tell me how to make money, so I was just like, I'm look at you like, shut up, yeah.
No, they pass their secrets back and forth to share it to each other on how to get the wealth. They so uptight and connect so well with each other, unlike us. That's what they do. They pass their ways to get rich between their family. They keep their family inside a tight bloodline, so their money stay with their own family.
Even if you look into the lower level Edomites that's in the colleges and universities, when they join them frets, they'll give whoever knows frets the answers to tests, so they don't really have to study. They just gonna get it, Yep. But that's the way they deal with each other. Yep.
Learn them secret handshakes. Right. It says, verse 24. Neither say they in their heart, let us now fear the Lord Yahweh our power, that giveth rain, both the former and the latter, in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. And it says, right? They don't say that to the Most High. They don't fear him like that. It says, your iniquities have turned, here's the point you want. So your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholding good things from you.
Yeah. Your sins have withholding good things from you. There was a point in time when the Lord would actually show his power in favor of his people, man. In front of the whole world, man. And quick pre. His brother posted it, Isaiah 59:2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
Yeah.
And you wonder why, because you got Jake that'll doubt that the Most High even exists.
Yep.
That's because the shit that you constantly do.
And
the Lord, he made himself non-existent to you, man.
Mm-hmm. Because we made ourselves, like I put us in it, we made ourselves non-existent to him by hiding ourselves in the ways of the heathen.
Yeah.
That's what we did. We went after the ways of the heathen, and so he didn't recognize it. So he was like, I ain't helping you. You're a heathen over there. Mm-hmm. Well, now we're starting to wake back up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
everybody got free right now.
Yeah, man.
Everybody got free. So a lot of good free on that. That was it on that. So y'all got it.
I got it. This First Maccabees 3, and I'm gonna start at 17. It says, who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so a great multitude and so strong?
Yep. This is an account of the Most High likes the underdog, man. If he with you, he's with you. It don't matter if it's. You think he wasn't with Samson? About the Samson movie about to come out, right? You think he wasn't with Samson? At first, when Samson was doing all the mighty things he was doing, the Most High was with Samson. Because wasn't Samson a Nazarite?
Yep.
He took the vow for the Most High. So we was dealing with him. Then when he allowed somebody to cut his hair, he lost that power from the Most High. That oath that he made with the Most High got broken. He got taken down because he didn't obey. Now, under whatever circumstances, we know the circumstance of the woman did that to his hair, whatever, but he allowed that to go down. He put himself in a position for that. But go ahead, bro. This is an account of the Maccabees about the Most High being with the Most High. The numbers don't matter. Go ahead, bro.
To fight against so a great multitude and so strong, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day.
Yep.
Unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few.
There's no small matter for many to be shut up amongst the few. They're gonna say, go ahead.
And with the power of heaven,
How it is with the Most High God, the power of heaven. Go ahead.
It is all one to deliver with the great multitude or a small company.
There it is.
For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of the host, but strength cometh from heaven.
That's right. But strength coming from heaven. Hey, Daniel, I think it's the 4th chapter that talks about the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So he can do with what he will. If he take down one and set up another, he can have a small company of men take down a mighty army, and then they established as the rulers of that time period. He's done it before. He's about to do it again. He's taking you lowly ass niggas, but he's raising us up into kings and priests that will be able to lead a nation to rule the earth again, man. To where the whole nation flourishes through our loins.
And if I might say this, as it relates to that, even when you read in Judges, when he was gathering up a war, Gideon, they was getting ready to go fight in a war, and it was hundreds of thousands of Jakes that rose up that wanted to come to fight, and the Most High was like, nah, it's too many of y'all. I don't want y'all to go out there and fight extra deep, because then you're gonna try to vault yourselves and act like it was because you was deep in numbers that you won the battle. So the Lord was like, no, I'm gonna cut this down, and they ended up coming down to like 300 men. And they went to war, and the Most High delivered the enemies into those men's hands. That was all the power of the Lord's doing, man. Okay. At the end of the day, all the glory and the credit goes to Yahweh, the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man.
Hey, but this generation in 2018, what they all about, Jake especially, because Jake has a little extra talent than the rest of them. Even in a lowly state, they have a little extra talent than all the other heathens. So Jake want to glory in that. Oh, I can dance a little better. I can jump a little higher. I can do this and that better than the heathen. So Jake want that self-glory. If you can jump out the gym, you don't think jump souls or whatever, or the squat machine or whatever you did, the coach that taught you it. You think Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for giving you that ability. You got to understand where this all came from.
Right.
You can't say the man he was created to. The Most High gave him the knowledge to give to you to be able to jump out the gym.
Because Jake always seems to look at it as, the person is blessed. But who blessed him with the talent? Even when you look at the best singers of our nation, we be like, dang, his voice cold. But who created that voice? Who put that voice in that person? All credit is due to Yahweh Yahweh Shai, because they the ones that created it.
Right. Who else used to have one?
God, this is a little more. This is continuing. This is 20. So they come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, and our wives and children to spoil us.
Because they knew they had a bigger number than the Maccabees. Go ahead. It
says, but we fight for our lives and our laws. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them, because the Lord was with him. When you pleasing unto the Most High, he's going to deal with you. When you're not looking into the other gods and the other idols, then the Most High know that you're down for him. This is about sacrifice. You got to sacrifice yourself unto the Lord so that he see that you're down with him, that he see that you for him. That's why we out there on the highways and hedges. It's not just for our own good. We out there because we showing Yahweh Shai that we're sacrificing ourselves.
We're obedient.
God, we're obedient. We're listening to what he says. He said, bid unto the marriage, so that's what we're doing. If he said don't go out there, then you really think brothers will be out there?
And when he says don't go out there, brothers ain't going out there.
God.
Because it's coming.
I'm back, brother, with a quick precept.
This
is second Ecclesiasticus, verse, also known as Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his faith and his fear, and was forsaken? Or who did he ever despise that called upon him.
Hey, when you look at all accounts of different men in the scriptures and some select women, hey, when they abided in the fear of Yahweh and reverenced him, they weren't confounded. Man, he took care of them.
Yeah,
And he got delivered. You go to Hebrews 11, and there's a list of them there. That's a small list.
But you have points like when certain men of the Lord were on the brink of death, and the Lord would deliver them.
Yep.
Whether it be by an angel or it would be a divine intervention, man, where the Lord would actually deliver them from death.
Yep.
You had Daniel in the lion's den, the fiery furnace, 3 holy children. You had who was that, man? Who he delivered? Was
that Paul that was Peter that got bit by the
serpent?
It was Paul that got bit by the serpent, and
he was supposed to die from that. But he just shook it off.
Just went on, delivered him from that.
Yeah.
Paul was stoned to death. He was literally stoned, knocked out cold, and got delivered. Stood up a couple days later and walked off.
Yeah, the Lord won't. He's not going to allow you. If you really put your trust in the name of the Lord, He will not leave you ashamed, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like when was it Elijah or Elisha that had that when he was going at it with the prophets of Baal, and they did that little test.
Yeah, the fleece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he caused that fire to come down and consume that water out of that vessel. Hey,
you're talking about the vessel.
The vessel. Well, the Most High showed himself right there that, hey, I am the power of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
He showed his power, man. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an example of the Lord not leaving the prophet ashamed, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It wasn't confounded. The prophets of Baal, they were confounded.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe after that had happened, there was a few guys, they had killed themselves, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because they saw their God, he pretty much was he was unprofitable,
Mm-hmm.
and the prophet, I think it was Elijah, he was mocking their ass, man.
Yeah, right.
Like, where he at? Maybe he was on vacation or something.
Yeah, it was right.
I think it's in 1 Kings, the 18th chapter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. 21.
So this is our forefather. I know fucking King Tutmos the third,
right,
or Ramesses the second. All right. No, man. That's not our forefathers, man. The motherfuckers try to get wrapped up in some gold and trinkets and stuff and go bury. And show you how vain these heathens are, man. Scriptures tell you can't take. You was born without nothing. You can't take nothing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You came into the world with nothing. You surely can't take anything with you. But that's how vain the heathens are, man.
Yeah, that's right.
But our forefathers, we princes of the power, man.
27.
Okay, and what? Hey, y'all sweat this whole fictional character.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Black Panther. Wait till you see the men of the Lord when they get that power, man.
Right.
Wait till you see that comes, man.
Willing to dare that power, man.
There ain't gonna be no fucking movie.
No.
Okay, it's gonna be right beside your eyes, man. It's gonna be 3D.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be literally witnessing true power, man. All right. Ask them men in that day, are they with black power?
Really right. What power is this? Is this black power? Jake's simple enough to really ask that, though. Jake really simple enough to ask that. Want me to get straight to the point?
Yeah, you can get it.
All right,
we're gonna close out.
Okay, 1 Kings 18, verse 27 said, and it came to pass that at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God. Yeah, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awakened.
Yeah, maybe he sleep. Maybe he,
Maybe he busy.
Wake. Maybe he need to wake up.
Maybe he on vacation.
Yeah,
Maybe he went out of town or something.
Just mocking his ass, man.
And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lancets till the blood gushed out upon them.
Yeah, they started committing suicide because they was confounded. They
All
realized,
was in that.
Yeah, everything, your whole faith is in a fucking idol.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you find out that idol is just, it has no life to it. It has no purpose at all. Your life is done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how vain these heathens are. The scriptures count them. They fucking less than the dust of the balance, man. Just you take some dirt from a concrete, you know what I'm saying, and you just sprinkle it on a scale. That dirt weighs more than you goddamn heathens, man.
Yep. I want to make a little point right quick. Like the brothers in Mississippi, the brother made videos about it, and brothers make it all the time. We don't just, when we have these herbs and this wisdom, we don't just, okay, it says take 2 cloves of garlic and then a squeeze of lemon juice. We don't just take these remedies just physically. We first spiritually prepare ourselves with the Most High. We first pray and ask that this remedy may work upon us, that He may show favor upon us, and that these remedies may work and heal us.
That's the secret recipe too.
Yeah.
You could take all the herbs you want, and the Most High, He won't heal you.
Yeah.
It's all if you call upon the name. And the name is huge. And the name is Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Talking about who the world ignorantly calls God, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. The name is important. The name is where the scripture say the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and those that run into it are safe.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's all about the name. If you call on another name, another power, another God, then you have nothing.
Yep.
Like the brother just went into, that's vanity. That's putting your energy in towards an idol if you're not calling upon the name. Because our power, Israel's power, is back into Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai.
Right.
And it makes sense they're gonna kill themselves once they see that this is true power.
That's right.
That's what they're gonna do.
Being lifted up. Oh, they're gonna try to kill themselves because what did the scripture
Yeah,
say?
they're gonna try
They're
to
gonna get and then they can't find it.
Yep, that's right. I got one more. I started reading it. I never did finish it. My brothers have one. Jeremiah 17:4, talking about the choices 2 ways, right? It says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. In the way that we serve our enemies, is we follow their gods, we follow their customs, these heathen that we're scattered amongst. It says, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Yep. Cursed, my bad. It says, trust, thus saith the Lord power, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, I'm gonna jump to 7. And I'm gonna keep reading. That said, for he shall be like heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh. This is talking about our people in this black culture of darkness. Said, but shall inhabit the parched places of the wilderness in a salt land and not inhabited. It said, blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord Yahweh, and whose hope the Lord is. Yep, I won't go. I won't read the other part. That was the point.
Yeah, y'all got anything else? Or all right, go ahead.
This Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
Here it is.
Hey, the scriptures say you reap what you sow. So if you a forgetful person, you're gonna be forgotten.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty
You
much.
if you forget about the power, forsake the power, you're gonna forsake you. Forget all about you.
And Jake feel forsaken.
Yep. Where has thou loved us?
They feel forsaken, man.
Well, you like you was going alluding to earlier when we were talking about it. You were saying how well the things that you do, the thing that you Negro, Latino, Native Americans do, is what keeps the guy from being kind and dealing with you. Because you guys are constantly sinning and creating iniquity upon iniquities amongst each other.
Yeah, I mean, hey, with all the complaints that you hear from them black unconscious niggas about oppression and, drug abuse and, single parent home, this, that, and the third, police brutality, okay, white supremacy, all this shit that they constantly talk about, amongst each other, but yet they just can't seem to find out what the issue is and why are they going through this as a people.
Yeah.
Well, you've had 400 years to figure this out. You had centuries to figure it out why you going through this, man. You don't see it yet. You still can't see it. Your power, and the Most High is not fucking with you, man.
Yep.
You completely went off the deep end, man. You do not have the Most High at all in your thoughts, man. You're a bunch of Satanists now.
Right.
Okay? You following out the ways of Balaam, man. All right? So that's why when this thing goes down, all right, the day of the Lord, when the Most High brings all hell, Jacob's trouble, he's gonna destroy. The Most High. I can't even put it in words how fucking drastic and how cruel and how vengeful the Lord is coming, man. When He destroyed you people, man.
Right. And the scriptures say there should be a time which it has never been seen before.
Exactly.
To where He destroyed His own people and other people. He gonna judge the whole earth in one event.
He's getting everybody. It's gonna be from one end of the earth to the other.
In one event, man.
The slander of the Lord shall be many.
Yeah.
The only people that ain't gonna get touched is the elect.
Yep.
And if you on that pro-black shit, are you Mexican, or you a Native American, if you call yourself American, period, you're done.
Yep.
The Lord is not gonna save no Americans, man. All Americans gonna be destroyed in thermonuclear fire, man.
That's right.
All right. So, hey, death to black culture,
Yep.
death to Esau, the so-called white man,
Yep.
death to the 2/3, death to you false prophets, and death to you scoffers and you scorners, man.
Right.
Death to you. All right, death to all of you, man.
That's right. Yep. Black Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, yeah, and you niggas in Israel too.
Yep.
You black Hebrew, you BHI niggas,
yep.
Or you blacks only Israelites,
yep.
BOI motherfuckers, man. Death to you too, man.
Yep.
All right. Shalom wa brakatham to the Bakayar, man, the true elect brethren of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
So with that, we're gonna close. This was all the spirit. We didn't have a set topic. Right. The spirit just had us go into these things, man. All right. So we're gonna close. All right. We're gonna give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakatodash, double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.